So naturally, I was perusing the internet to see if I can find any more strange words that I can make videos about. And naturally, Urban Dictionary came up. For those not in the know, Wikipedia states that Urban Dictionary is a crowdsourced online dictionary used for slang words and phrases. So in essence, it's basically a platform for people to write their own definitions for slang words and words not commonly found in the dictionary. So that said, please be warned that some of the words in this video might not occur in a formal dictionary. I've been meaning to expand my offering for a while now, and I think that meme words such as the ones we're about to discuss today will be a great addition to my video library. For the purposes of this video, I have sanitized some of the words in order to make them a little bit more friendly to my audience. Just a general warning when it comes to Urban Dictionary, anything goes, so be careful of the words you look up there. All of that said, viewer discretion is advised, I guess. Always wanted to say that. Urban Dictionary has long had an interesting reputation, and I think it comes down to some of the more dodgy words you can find on there, but some of the definitions are simply brilliant. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Apocalypsizing. Now this is an interesting one. It's defined as treating every relationship like it's your last, or getting super serious with someone you just started dating. Person 1, who is that new girl with Alex? Person 2, I don't know. He's been apocalypsizing like crazy. Not to bash on some people, but there is those individuals among us who can get really serious in a relationship really quickly. I can see how it can scare some people off. I just see this person being like, hey, we need to date now. And then the other person's like, I don't even know you. Like, who even are you? It can be quite an awkward situation to be in, I can imagine. So our second word is awkward turkey, and this one, I must say, I've experienced personally, and I absolutely dread it. It's literally the worst, because, like, what am I supposed to do here? So awkward turkey is defined as the result when one person tries to give another a high five, but the other person tries to give a fist bump. Once those two hand gestures meet, they form a turkey at a really awkward moment. Person 1, dude, we just made an awkward turkey. Person 2, well, this is awkward. You would go in for the high five or a fist bump or whatever, and the other person would just either not see it and they'll just leave you hanging, and you're just like, well, this is my life now. Hey, yeah, don't look at me. I'm just greeting that other person there in the distance. Lol. Blerg. One of my favorite shows is actually 30 Rock, and the main character there, Liz Lemon, used this word quite a lot throughout the series, and it's usually met with her being extremely frustrated, like Blerg. So Blerg is defined as most commonly used in the same context as oh damn, used to express frustration, anxiety, depression, etc. Occasionally, the second syllable is prolonged to demonstrate any emotion in an extreme fashion. Quarantine. So the first time I read this one, I was like, is this like early life corn just after the corn has sprouted and after its, I guess, its adolescent stage? But no, not at all. Quarantine is actually defined by 2020 Dutchman as internet slang for quarantine, originating from the many times people misspelled the word on social media during the recent crisis. Often used in posts expressing boredom or frustration related to self-quarantine or social distancing measures. So obviously I can see this one because you'll be typing in on your phone on, let's say you've got SwiftKey installed or whatever keyboard you're using, and then you might mistype something, and in your rush you'll just send, and then you'll be like, quarantine, why are you so annoying, or something like that. I must say though, I do really hate when I type out something and it's misspelled. You feel like a total idiot once you send that text. So quarantine, yeah, internet slang for quarantine. Doomscrolling. Doomscrolling is defined by Penelope Penguin as when you keep scrolling through all of your social media feeds looking at the most recent upsetting news about the latest catastrophe. The amount of time spent doing this is directly proportional to how much worse you're going to feel after you're done. And then in a sentence, dude, stop doomscrolling. It's only going to make you feel worse. And this is actually quite true. So I don't like to typically get involved with the local news or even the international news, as I found it makes me quite negative. Like this definition says, doom scrolling. It's never like cute puppy was born and now everybody is happy. But most of the time it's always inevitable doom and demise, the universe will come to its conclusion and everybody will perish in the inevitable heat death. Sorry if that was a lot in your ears, just that I really want to convey that it's not great to doom scroll. Don't do it, guys. Next up is Lolsob. I like this one because it is extremely relevant when I send emojis. Oftentimes somebody would send me something that's extremely relevant to my situation or to something that I'm experiencing at that point, and then I'm like, lol, it's so funny. However, on the inside I'm actually crying a little bit because I feel called out. So Lolsob is defined by Juna9 as an acronym for laughing out loud plus sob, an expression for something that makes you lol and cry at the same time. And I feel like I don't really have to give a lot of examples because a lot of us know exactly what this emotion is all about. Nerd-Snipe. It's defined as to provide a problem so interesting and difficult that the target is compelled to cease whatever they're doing, eating, reading, walking, in order to think about it. When you ask somebody a question or a riddle or something, then they just cease up, and it's just that amazing moment of, listen, I need to process, like kind of when the little process wheel comes up on your phone or on your PC and it just runs, and that's exactly what's happening in their mind. You can actively hear that Windows 95 turning off sound coming from their brain. Next up is rat liquor. So, rat liquor. This one is actually really relevant, especially with the ongoing pandemic. It's basically defined as those obscured words who don't wear a face mask. And in context, person 1, she isn't wearing a face mask. Person 2, what a rat liquor. I don't know why, but I just see these two extremely like posh people, just both of them wearing these jewel bedazzled masks, and then the one's just like, OMG, she's not wearing a face mask, and the other one just responds without even thinking, what a rat liquor. I don't know, that's how I see this scenario playing out. Look, I'm not going to go into like the policies or even the technicalities of wearing a face mask. I'm just saying that the word rat liquor is actually really fun because when I first read it, I was like, ew, why would you willingly go outside and search for a rat and then just like pick it up and start licking it? The idea of a person licking a rat is just something, it's so obscure, it's so appalling. Smize. This one is creepy. When I read it, Smize, I'm like, okay, so this would probably mean something in the line of smiling, and I was correct. Smize is defined as smiling with your eyes. And I know exactly what that means because it is something that you say a lot, like when somebody's extremely friendly and you're like, oh wow, you're even smiling with your eyes. It's something that's commonly known throughout the world. But just thinking about the actual practical implication of this, I immediately see a person looking at me, and instead of looking with eyes, they're looking with 2 additional mouths, and the mouths are just smiling, and it's just like this horrible, terrifying thing. So to smize is to smile with your eyes. WOAT. WOAT is basically an acronym for worst of all time. And actually the definition of this on Urban Dictionary is worst of all time, the opposite of GOAT, meaning greatest of all time. And we're through my first list of Urban Dictionary words. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video and if you found it interesting or insightful, and if you would like me to do more Urban Dictionary videos. This one specifically has been very tame. I've focused more on the tame words. I might think of moving into some of the more risque words a little bit later, depending on how I can sanitize them to make them a little bit more audience friendly. Anyway, expand your vocab and confuse your mutuals, and I hope to see you again soon. I'm obviously going to continue making my normal videos with the words, which is a shorter format, and I'm thinking of creating more of these, so please put a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you really liked it, think about subscribing, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Cheers!